Welcome back to Chase Payne Podcast. We've got another Arnold special episode. This series is all about celebrating the athletes and their Arnold Fitness Games journey from qualifications to the big competition day that is now only 2 weeks away, guys. 2 weeks. Um, the series is sponsored by VXS Gymwear, so thank you very much to VXS. Really appreciate your sponsorship on this. Anyone's looking for any decent gym wear, I wear it myself. It is fantastic. Please go to vxsgymwear.co.uk. You can get 10% off using code DARC, capital letters DARC. Okay, today we've got Britt and we've got Lewis. Britt, can you tell us a little bit about yourself, your background, your division, to share with the listeners, please?
Yeah. So I qualified for the elite division. This will be actually my first elite comp. So really looking forward to that.
Woohoo!
Bit of
Let's go, Britt!
a bit of background. I train out of CrossFit Huntsman in Hartford. And I'm on peak performance coaching plan. He's actually my coach and my partner, so it's actually quite a optimal dynamic that I've got.
Oh, cool.
But yeah, I mean,
Ideal.
in terms of literally, in terms of background, kind of been in sport pretty much my whole life. Did athletics growing up, and then kind of ventured just into gym training, and then into bodybuilding, and then kind of found CrossFit and fell in love, and didn't look back ever since.
Happy days. It sounds good. Sounds good. Thank you for that. Lewis, a little bit about you for the listeners, please, pal.
Yeah, so obviously I'm Lewis. I train up in Dundee in Sweatbox or CrossFit Dundee, under Shelley and Sam. So they've been my kind of like guidance for starting CrossFit a few years ago. This is my cat Bagheera as well.
What's the
Um,
cat's name? Sorry.
Bagheera.
No.
Does Bagheera do CrossFit?
No, but he's still better than me. Uh, So yeah, they've helped me. I'm actually on AOD under Helen Nutter. Shout out Helen. And we're working towards Arnold Fitness Games. So that's kind of like my return to the floor in the RX division. So I'm looking forward to that. So that's the first time I've competed as an indie in a couple of years, because I just took some time out because I didn't think I was really doing things right. I've been on and off a few different programs, but I've been with Helen for a little while and things are feeling like better than ever. So I'm looking forward to kind of like throwing down on the floor and just kind of like seeing what I can do. So I've done it for a couple of years now, and I've started coaching in the last 4 years as well. So that's me.
That's brilliant, dude. It's interesting you say bouncing around different programs. I think a lot of people that either get into CrossFit at the beginning or decide I'm pretty good at this and I want to take it seriously, they do bounce around different programs and they try and find that program that suits them. And usually the process is I end up going to do too much. Let's train twice a day. That's what they do, like the elites. And it
Yes.
is finding what suits you, and that does take time. And it sounds as though you've gone through that process. Is that right?
Yeah, definitely. So I definitely like, because I'm 32 now, so I think I started when I was like 28, maybe 29, and things like that. So I had a powerlifting background, had a little bit of kind of like compound strength about me, but obviously gymnastics and high fitness wasn't a lot of what came naturally to me. I could only be like running fit because I was in the army reserves, so they kind of
Okay.
like kept me like fit with that, but it was never like functional mixed with weights or anything like that. So CrossFit was brand new to me, and pretty much after lockdown was when I started. And then just did the classes at the gym, really enjoyed it. And then some of the guys jumped on JST and explained that to me. So I was on that as well. I went on and off that twice and I had a blast with that. Like they've got like a huge system and a great format and stuff. And I went off of that again. And basically more recently, like say, I started with Helen because I think it wasn't so much like the JST, it was more just like the bespoke programming. So Shelley had actually trained with Helen way back in the day for AOD under team training. So she just kind of pointed me out to her and we had a conversation and it all just sort of fell into place.
Right. So, Britt, you have your partner that is your coach, as it were. How is that? So you're coaching together, you're at home together. You know, I think I can compare that to working with your partner full time, basically. So, how is that dynamic? I'm sure it's fantastic. I'm sure there's also challenging times. How is that from your point of view? I'm sure it's great, but a bit of feedback on that'd be great.
Like, I think it works really well. Just because, I think we do. I don't know. I would say lines get blurred, but also at the same time they don't really. I think because he's my coach, like the topic of discussion is always like CrossFit. Like, okay, like how was training today? You kind of like see each other in the evening, debrief about the day and like about the training. But I wouldn't say, I think like we still have like the romance side of things, which is good as well. It's not like all like coaching 24/7. But at the same time, I kind of know that like Dan's always in my corner. So I think for us, like it works well. Like I think I'm always like open to learning. So I'm like, it's not as though it's my partner telling me what to do all the time. It's kind of like I see it as like, okay, he's my coach. This is his advice. I take that on board and apply it.
Yeah.
But I think
Basically, what you're saying is he programs a workout and you say, I don't like those two moves. Let's do something else. He says, yes, okay then.
no, I actually don't get to do that. So this is how it is and this is how you do it. I'm like, okay. And that's how I do it. But yeah, I mean, I think there were times where like you kind of take it like for granted and you kind of like it's your partner telling you what to do, so you kind of like talk back a little bit. But I think like it got to a point where he was like, "You're always talking back to me and you're not actually doing it." So then I think like in that regard, it's kind of like when I'm training and I'm like when he's telling me what I need to be doing, I'm kind of like, okay, like he's got the coach's hat on, I've got like the athlete hat on.
Yeah.
Like this is how it's working during the session.
Yep.
And then like obviously like at home when I'm feeding back to him about my sessions and stuff, it's kind of like a partner sort of like conversation. It's not really like you do this, you do that. So I think
That's
I think
brilliant.
like we've got like a good balance.
Yeah, that's honestly, hats off to you both because that is not an easy thing to do. And to separate those two things, sounds like you've got it down to a T. And I'm guessing that didn't happen straight away. It always takes time.
Yeah.
But yeah, to give that feedback, to take criticism, a coach has to be really good at giving the shit sandwich. Well done at this, but you got to do well at this. Oh, but you're doing
Yeah.
well at this. So,
I
and to
think
take,
like yeah. Even like comp weekends, I think because he comes with me to all my comps and there he's like, okay, he's in coach's mode. And it's kind of like at the end of each day, sometimes like I just want a well done. And he's like, the weekend's not done yet. So it's kind of like if it's comp weekend, then it's definitely like the rules are definitely
well,
tighter.
I look forward to meeting him. Is he going to the Arnolds?
Yes, he is.
I look forward to meeting him there and having a conversation with him about this. This would be good to
Good.
one. I feel as though I want to get his side of the story as well.
Yeah, it might be different.
It might be very different.
Yeah, I think Lewis and I know it'll be different. But anyway, that's a whole nother story. Guys, let's just discuss the qualifications. Just really, I might have different opinions on it. I just want to kind of touch on they were great workouts. Thoroughly enjoyed them. Can Lewis tell me your favorite workout you did in the qualifications that you enjoyed the most? Not necessarily that it was the hardest or the worst, but one did you really enjoy and why?
God, I'm trying to remember what the qualifiers were now.
So it was the 3-minute EMOM clean and jerk, and then you had the double grace for the event one.
Yeah.
Workout one.
So yeah, what were the other two as well? Just so I can point them out.
Workout 2 was the row double under toaster bar, and workout 3 was the burpee gate. Burpees over 2-foot jump, the barbell snatches into max chest to bar as a 3-minute AMRAP, I think it was.
Fair, yeah. So right off the bat, the guys at the gym never let me use this, and like they'll probably slag me for doing this. But at 5'7", rowing's not my bag. Like I'm a short lad, so like I've got to work hard just to come last. So I definitely like had an individually I thought was a really good performance for the clean and jerk EMOM and the double grace. Like granted, it's kind of like a big boy's sort of qualification bag that like if you can shift some heavy tin, you just naturally do better at that. But
and
like
that was
individually,
60 kg for you. Was it 60 for you?
Yeah, it was that for us as well. So that was the first time I'd done double grace, and I was pretty chuffed with how I got on. And
I think that was everyone's first time doing double grace. It's not like no one does double grace.
Yeah, so it was absolutely wild. But the third one was definitely probably like my bag, like my sort of like favored one, just for that kind of like mixed modality in it and things like that. It definitely like evened out the playing field for me, and I was able to like I think move quite well on that one.
Decent.
And then I think by default, so many people got stung by the double foot jump thing that Like I got 1 no rep in that, and I was like, I'm not even going to argue with that. Like I was
You
expecting
take
more.
that.
And the chest to bars went quite well. My camera bugged out after the second round, so I had to wait half an hour and then just go again.
Ah,
So I kind of had a little bit of a mental test before going into it again, but it ended up going really well, and that
nice.
really slung me back up against the other 2 workouts against the leaderboard. I think I've maybe I was hoping to qualify elite. That's my goal this year, is to maybe break into some elite categories, hopefully.
Brilliant.
I think the barbell one was what kept me at a low bank there, because just wasn't able to sling as much as some of the bigger boys. But the last one was a good workout for me.
Yeah, it's interesting because that's quite a high percentage. It's 3 workouts and it's heavy lifting, so it's a 33.3% of the qualification process. So it's
Well, that's it.
yeah,
And then it was a double score for the first one as well.
correct.
So you
Yeah.
Yeah,
lift and that, so straight away. But
we
again, I never used that as a kind of excuse. It is what it is. It all
no, I get
balances.
it. I get it. And I did discuss that with Rick on one of the podcasts. I asked that question. He's like, look, we've got a 3 workouts. It is what it is, and I understand it. Okay, Britt, we're going to come to you now, Britt. So we're going to
Okay.
rewind, and Lewis let us know about his favourite qualification workout. How about you? What did you really enjoy about the qualifiers? What was your favourite workout?
For me, I love a barbell workout, so I would have to say the first one. Um, the third one, I think the third one is actually really tricky because all you're thinking about is your 2-foot takeoff. Like you literally not even think about anything of the rest of the workout. Is all you think of did I take off with 2 feet? And then you're burpee and you're like, wait, was that 2 feet? And then in your head, the whole burpee, you're like, wait, was that a no rep? Was that fine? When I actually started the workout, I was 6 burpees in, and Dan stopped me. He was like, just stop there. Stop there. You're getting all no reps. So I just had to stop the timer, stop the camera, everything, restart the workout. But it was actually fine. And then I was just waiting for that email to come in to say how many no reps I got. And
How
thankfully
many
it
did you
did
get?
not come in.
Oh, you didn't get any.
I didn't get any no reps, so it was all good.
Okay,
Um,
that's interesting.
but yeah, do you know what? I do really like a heavy barbell. I think especially qualifiers, I do feel like you if it's a max lift, your numbers bump you up the leaderboard so much. A max lift in qualifiers always
Wouldn't it
secures
be
a good
great to lift
placing.
heavy, Lewis? Because I can't either, mate.
Yeah, it must be
Britt's
nice.
all
Good
right
for you.
over there,
Yeah, I was
Bumped
right.
you up the leaderboard.
as long as you're okay.
But then I struggle when it comes to burpees. So this next open workout is probably not the best one for me.
So did any of you two, we've mentioned the burpees there, in your opinion, and be honest about it, to judge, and I was part of the online judges on that, so I had to do judging on that. What do you think is the easiest way to do a burpee over a bar? The easiest way to judge? How would you do it? How would you, if you were writing the workout and it had burpees over the bar, what standard would you create to make it really easy to judge? Lewis?
I mean, I think initially I feel like I want to say I understand why they did it, because it made judging so abundantly obvious. So if it wasn't clearly a 2-foot jump, then they could just say it was a no rep. Whereas I know certainly from coaching members and try to remind them of standards, when sometimes they hop over the bar, it's
Yeah,
did that foot lift off just before. So yeah, I see why they did it. I just think obviously it created a lot of confusion, which that's just the way it goes. But I think I feel like bar facing burpees eliminate a lot of that problem. Yes, there are a little bit more to them, but because you're coming towards the bar, the camera can usually catch things a lot better.
yeah.
Whereas a standard sort of parallel or just bar over burpee, like this one they just announced in the open, it does just create a little bit of difficulty. And when you've got a judge there, they can watch you as close as they want. But in a camera, it must be a lot more difficult. So I'm
Yeah.
sympathetic to it. But yeah, bar facing burpees is how I would write that out, or just box over burpees.
I wonder what I haven't looked at the standards yet, and I will do after this, what their standards are for the burpee on this over the
Yeah,
bar.
I'm interested to see if
Mm.
that's what they
Yeah.
carry into the finals, because I saw they were talking about heavy weights and things like that, and if you're into that. But yeah, I'm interested to see, because usually qualifiers are a little signal of things to come.
Yeah.
So yeah, we'll see.
I find the easiest to judge on burpees, if I was to put program burpees in a workout, whether I've got a barbell or not, I like the plate jumps, burpee to a plate. So you do a burpee, jump on the plate, jump off. There's just no arguments. You have to have 2 feet on the plate, and you have to either step or jump off the plate, but you have to 2 feet jump onto the plate. Like, just get on
Yeah.
the plate and get off of it. It just makes it quite clear. But yeah, what was your opinion on that, Brett? How would you program a burpee as a standard?
Mm, do you know, I guess like in a similar regard, it's kind of like if it is a burpee over bar, if I personally like if both feet are in the air at the same time, so not necessarily taking off at the same time,
Yeah.
but like both have to be like off the floor at the same time before landing again,
So you
if
can
that makes
still do the
sense.
hop. So the standard is really you can do the split stand up or 2 feet up, and then you can leave with one leg, and you can hop as long as both feet are in the air going over the bar. Like that kind of
Yes.
split stand, step
Yeah.
and hop over, which is what
Because I
most
do,
people do.
yeah, I do feel like if you're judging online, like to see the 2-foot takeoff, you're still going to be slowing the video down either way, or you're still going to
Yeah.
be pausing the video. So like if you pause at takeoff or pause like in the air over the bar, I feel like you're still kind of having to evaluate the burpee that way.
And when you've got 100 burpees to do,
And
and you've got to pause. So Rick was like, "Look, guys, we don't really want you. If you've got to pause it, we're kind of going too far. Because if you're in
yeah, no,
live,
that is true.
so it was a really good conversation we actually had, and Rick was brilliant at educating us on that. It was really well done. So yeah, hats off to the
Yeah,
judging crew. It was lots and lots of fun.
yeah. But then
Um,
also in the same regard, I do feel like programming double unders, I feel like those are also really time consuming to count.
they are.
Because you like that takes a lot of focus. Like I can barely count double unders like
Yeah,
in
they are.
person.
They really are. And again, it's one of them things, and there were a lot of double unders in the qualifiers.
Yeah.
And yeah, you end up going boss-eyed.
Yeah,
And
I
then you
can
lose, and then
imagine.
you lose count. It's mental, but we got it done in the end.
Yeah.
So from any previous live event, live competition experience you guys have got to share with our listeners now, what have you learnt most at live competitions? Qualifiers are a different bag. When you go live and you are in a competition, you've got people either side of you. You're going to be racing. It isn't just you versus you. It's not about the camera. You get the adrenaline rush. Um, what have you learned most about those previous live events, Lewis?
I would definitely say, yeah, I definitely suffered the realm of overexcitement and adrenaline in my
Me
earlier
too.
comps. Like, I just fell in love, and I was like, wow, this is amazing. I'm
Yeah.
going to go out the gate as hot as I can. There was one, I think one of my early ones I always remember was Ragnarok, which sadly I don't think they do now, in 2023. And I did that, and it was like intervals. And in the first interval, I got 15 bar muscle ups. I'll never forget that. And I was like, I'm out in front. I'm in the third heat, so I know I'm winning. And in the third interval, I didn't even make it back to the rig. I was like,
That's how you do it,
oh
Lewis.
no.
That's how it's done, buddy. Full
Yeah.
send.
So, yeah, I would definitely say now, my kind of main thought, especially for people like coming into it for the first time, because I wouldn't say I've not got a wealth of experience, but I've done it enough times where how you train back home should just be a reflection of what shows up on the floor. The adrenaline and things like that, yeah, it might give you a little bit of a boost and things, but ultimately, if you know your handstand push-ups are done in 875s, there's no reason to believe why that's magically going to be different on the day.
Yeah.
So it's just things like knowing your sets and knowing your rep counts. Like you said, when it's not just you versus you, I think like in a intermix it like of you just trying to do your best, it kind of is, and the hardest thing is to knock that out. And yeah, like fair enough if you're maybe going for a podium, or you're racing someone that or you want to try and beat because you want to place up, you might be watching them a little bit, but you have to know going into the workout how are you approaching it, and that's in your wheelhouse. The kind of like just almost like fuck about and find out concept is
Yeah.
it rarely actually works.
Yeah, agreed.
So
And
yeah,
you don't actually
preparation.
know until you've gone past that point of failure. So in training, that's what it's there for, to go
Yeah.
and mess around a little bit. Okay, I call it digging a holes. I'll plan a workout and I will know I will go too fast for what I expect to achieve, because I want to dig a hole and see what I get out of it. So I think we've got to go that far. Britt, what about you? What have you learned through your live competitions you could pass on a bit of knowledge maybe?
I think like in a similar regard, like knowing yourself, like going into like each workout, like if it's a strength of yours, like you know how to attack the workout. And it's kind of like it's so hard, it's so easy to get caught up in the race and like you said, just going out too hot and then you just die off. Whereas like actually if you know yourself, you back yourself and you kind of like, okay, this is how I'm gonna attack it, and you stick to the plan,
Yeah.
like you might have a slower first round than someone else, but then you don't know their fitness. Like you don't know if they've gone out too hot and they could literally die off and like you overtake them. And you see that very often of
Yeah.
like girls that go out too hot and then like even the open workout 26.2, like watching Amy Kringle, I was like, oh, like she's going so slow. But then actually she knew herself and she attacked the
Yeah.
workout how she needed to and she actually like overtook. So I think it's kind of like knowing yourself, just sticking to the plan as well, but also like just backing yourself. Like you know how much training you've done, you know like the hours that you've put in. Like just be confident in your ability and the training that you've done like up until that point, because I think it's really easy to like look at your competition and like especially in CrossFit, like everyone looks jacked, like but you don't know where everyone's like level is. Everyone has like strengths and weaknesses which you don't know, and it's so hard to like get sucked into like comparing yourself to how
You
other
do. You're
athletes
right.
look.
You're so right. You do. I remember walking into the Arnold 2 years ago. First time being at the Arnold's, and I was 7:30 in the morning. Everyone's walking in, and I'm looking around like, oh my god, what am I even doing here?
Yeah,
You
Imposter
get this
syndrome,
kind
wasn't
of
it?
yeah,
really weird
literally exactly
feeling.
that.
It's imposter
Yeah,
syndrome. I'm like, what
I
is
got
Yeah,
it as
going
well.
on?
Like everyone's got
yeah,
like an 8-pack, and I was like,
Yeah,
how on earth? I was like, I shouldn't be here. But when it came onto the
crazy.
floor, it was not the story.
exactly,
Like
yeah.
everybody was so different.
Yeah, you could do you know, and some of the people that look the best are not even the ones that, like, perform the best
No,
either.
no,
So I think it's
agree.
just, like it's just being confident in, like, the work that you've put in up until that point.
And that's why it's really good to share this conversation about that, is because people will go through that. We've been there and been through that, and no doubt will again when we come around in a couple of weeks' time to walk into the Arnold's. We still look around. It's just inbuilt. We can't help but do that. But
Yeah,
I think you mentioned the word being confident in yourself. A lot of people will get to the day and be like, "Yeah, I'm gonna deliver on competition day." That's not how it works, because you deliver based on your performance in your training. If
yeah,
you've trained so hard for 8 weeks, say you got 8 week training prep working towards the live competition, that's where you prep. And if
yeah,
all that's been put in, we trust the process. Like today, I had a horrendous training day today, like so bad. And a year ago, I'd have walked away like beating myself up and gone, "Oh man." But I realized one bad session doesn't make me unfit, just like one great session doesn't make me fitter than what I was. I'm the
yeah,
same. I'm progressing slowly, and it's understanding that process. Does that make sense?
Yeah,
yeah,
So it's being self-confident in knowing that I'm going to go out there and deliver. In saying that, when we get to our lane and we've got a plan, it all goes out the window because that
yeah.
adrenaline, the
Do one
music's
go.
on. Yeah, it's the Arnolds. Um, and again, other people around you, you can control how you are, but other people around you just go out so hot, and you don't want to kind of get dragged behind. But people that are listening, if you haven't done a live comp and thinking about it, go and do it, because
yeah,
it's an
Yeah, it's
experience that
it's
you.
like nothing you've ever done before. It's
Yeah,
amazing.
it's so good. I'm like a kid in a candy shop. You're just so excited trying new sweets. So no, it's
right.
really, really cool. And guys, we get to do that in a couple of weeks' time. How about that?
Yes.
Huh? It's
Yeah, really
exciting stuff.
exciting.
If anyone's listening that is doing it in a couple of weeks' time, comment below what workouts you're looking forward to. And that brings me on to Britt. Can you share with me a workout or a movement or something you really don't want to see come up? Is there something you're like, nope, I don't want to see that come up? Be
I would
honest.
probably I would probably say a thruster.
Oh, really?
Yeah, or a front squat. I don't mind it clean, but just not not front squats for reps.
Lewis, what about you? Anything you don't want to see come up?
Well, I'm the opposite to that. Being short comes in handy for a thruster, but definitely for me, I do not want to see a double dumbbell step over.
Yeah, that's not nice, is it? No.
It's just ugly, and the grip capacity. I actually had them today, so it's fresh in my head. So
And
yeah, I
double
would like
dumbbells
to
as well.
not
Like
see grip capacity
one
in that
dumbbell
manner.
you can get away a little bit by changing the hands and,
Oh,
but two dumbbells, that's just horrendous.
but yeah, no, thank you.
Yeah, fair enough. I really don't want to see I don't want to see dumbbell lunges, overhead lunges. I don't want to see that. Not a fan of that. You mentioned a really good point earlier, Lewis, about excitement in the live competition and people getting really excited in the build up. Um, I believe, and I don't know if you agree or not, but I believe that that excitement and all that that emotion, we need to save that for when we really need it, which is 3 or 4 minutes into your first workout, right?
Yes.
That's when we need to use it. So it's about trying to be calm and enjoy the occasion without being like a kid in the candy shop. That's me. And then we release that energy when shit hits the fan and we're redlining. This is when the workout really starts, isn't it? Would you agree?
Yes, absolutely. I definitely think, just trying to, like, as I said before, like, replicate your situations back in the training room as much as you can.
Yeah,
I almost sound silly for saying it because, like, there's no that it's hard to when you get there for the first time, and anyone watching, you'll when you do it for the first time, you'll know, like, getting rid of that excitement just ain't gonna happen. The adrenaline's there to stay, and as you say, just trying to direct it. And I definitely found, like, I've tried a few different things over the years with that, where I've tried to be a little bit more serious, or I've tried to just, like, numb it out and, like, lock in and everything like that. And, like, to me, like, it's just nonsense. Like, your personality is what you should shine through. So, like,
agreed.
I'm quite an excitable, silly, funny guy. So, like, the kind of, like, dead serious face and I'm about to absolutely throw down, like, that doesn't work on me any day of the week. Like, I operate at my absolute best when someone's told me a joke 10 seconds before the workout and I'm having a laugh at them, and I'll turn and I'll start doing the workout at my best. But I will be serious internally, but, like, I'm
Yeah,
enjoying it, and that's where my
good.
excitement can kind of lead the workout, and I'll do my best. Not because
Yeah, I
I've
love
tried
that.
to, like, condense it, but that's because that's my personality. So whoever you are, that's what you've got to really lean into.
Yeah, it's brilliant, mate. I really appreciate that comment. And I've discussed this on the previous athlete podcasts and about how personalities you represent your personality in how you attack a workout or how you build up to a workout. And you just got to be you and trust what you do. Whatever someone else does might suit them. And I find that sometimes with coaches can say, right, do this, act like this. But if they know you well enough, they should support you in however you are anyway, I think, and
Yes.
lean into your strengths. I'm quite relaxed and loosey goosey before an event. I try and talk to people and have fun, especially in the corral where you're waiting. Like I talk to everyone because I'm nervous, of course, but that's how I am. I try to really enjoy that experience. Britt, how about you? What do you think about that?
I'd say, like, I don't know, I do feel like I go a bit quiet, like, kind of, like, leading up towards the workout, but it's one of those ones where, like, I think everyone just looks very serious on the exterior, but everyone's just, like, dealing with, like, their internal thoughts, like, going into the workout. But as soon as you start, like, chatting to your competitors, like, it kind of, like, almost, like, eases the nerves a little bit because
Yeah.
everyone's kind of, like, feeling the same. So I think it, like, when everyone's lining up in their lanes, kind of getting ready to go, like, having, like, a small little chat with, like, whoever's around you, I do feel like it helps to kind of, like, bring everything, like, back down. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because otherwise, like, you're in your head about, like, looking at everyone like, "Oh, who's gonna, like, be good at this? Who's gonna be good at that?" So I do, yeah, I think, like, I probably come across as quite serious, but, like, I would say I'm quite, like, lighthearted kind of going
Yeah.
into the workouts. I wouldn't say I'm, like, joking around with everyone because I do think, like, there's an element where I have to kind of, like, focus in,
Hmm.
but I'm not, like, too serious that, like, I'm not gonna talk to anyone, like, don't speak
Yeah.
to me.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think still, like, being competitive, but, like, keeping it friendly.
Yeah. Of course. Of course. Have any of you two had a situation where you're going into a final workout, you're in the opportunity of a podium place? And I had it the last Arnold's, there was three of us, actually I think it's four of us. Any of us could have won, and it was like we were all lining up together. We'd obviously spoke throughout the workout and before we were going out on the floor and we were shattered. And one of the guys just went, guys, I'm sending this, like I'm committed. And I was like, I wanted to say, yeah, me too, but I was done. And I was like, mate, I'm gonna give it my best shot, honestly. And the other guy started joking around and we were all going out to compete against each other. Any of us could win. We're rivals, right? We want to win, but it was such a cool atmosphere. And I
Mm.
really enjoyed that moment rather than someone going, I've got my eyes on you. If they did, that's fine. That doesn't bother me. That's cool. But I thought it was really a cool atmosphere, a really good experience. Has any of you two experienced either that or the opposite end of the scale where you're going out and people have got their eyes on you? You're going down, Britt or Lewis. Yeah, I mean, Britt, Lewis, any of you had that experience at all?
I think, like, I don't know. I would say competitors are a lot more friendly than what you expect. I think everyone looks very serious, but as soon as you start chatting, like, they'll openly chat to you. Like, I mean, a lot of UK comps, I've kind of had that. Everyone's like super friendly. But it just takes that like initiation of like actually just saying something. Whereas like if no one says anything, everyone's just gonna look very serious. But in reality, everyone's actually a lot friendlier than you think. But then in the same regard, like a lot of European comps. But again, I think it's because like no one's like making that interaction. Everyone is like
Language is a
very
barrier. And when you're in
serious.
Europe, language is a barrier. So it does create
Yeah.
that automatically, doesn't it?
I mean, I competed against 2 Russian girls in in Turkey in February, and they were proper serious. Like, they were like, "Don't even look in my direction because like, you're going down."
That's cool.
But
That's
yeah,
cool.
I think, like, everyone's there to, like, kind of have a good time, and also CrossFitters most of the time are genuinely really friendly.
Yeah, they are. The
Um,
community is fantastic. It is
yeah,
brilliant. It
yeah.
is brilliant. Lewis, any experiences for you, dude?
Nothing negative or anything like that. I've definitely like been in like the warm up area. Like most of the times where I've competed at live comps, like I know a good few of the guys up and down the lanes.
Okay,
And the
yeah.
ones that I don't, that we kind of just like we try and break the ice. Like I wouldn't say
Mhm.
I've had any horrible experiences of that with it, but
Cool.
like we give each other a little bit of trash talk, but like there's no weight in it. It's just
No,
like
it's
a
good
bit of
fun.
a
It's
laugh
great
and
fun.
stuff like
It's
that.
great
And
banter. Yeah, I love that.
just goating
That's
each
good.
other in, and it's just a
Yeah,
good laugh. And but no, I've never had someone like give me like the negative. And yeah, I'd say it's just been a fairly neutral experience. It's a laugh. I've not had
yeah.
anything bad.
Cool, cool, really cool. What I'd like to find. I want to talk about some workouts. So you're training at the moment. We're 2 weeks away. We're obviously looking to peak for the Arnolds. For me, a lot of my workouts between 5 and 8 minutes now, or 3 minute AMRAPs with 1 minute rest, or 4 minute, 2 minute rests. It's kind of I'm trying to dial in, although today was horrendous. Really trying hard to dial in. Um, can you share with us? Let's all share a workout that took us to a dark place in the last week or so, and maybe the listeners might want to try these workouts that we've done. So while you two are thinking of a workout, I'll quickly share a workout that I've done this week, and then we can just share a workout each. So one of the workouts I did, it was an interval, so 30 calories, 20 double unders, max dumbbell snatch, remaining time, 3 minutes on, 1 minute off. So I'm really bad at double unders. So I put the 20 in there to try and do an unbroken set after fatigue from the Echo Bike. It's a 3 minute AMRAP, so quite tight for me. So the 30 calories on the Echo Bike, loading the legs up, lungs. The double unders I didn't do all unbroken. I knew it might be 2 or 3 trips, so that's going to take a bit of time. And then the dumbbell snatch was just there just to push at the end, and my score was total dumbbell snatch. And by the third, it was 4 sets. By the third set, that 30 calories on the Echo Bike, it does get spicy. Anyone can say, yeah, just send 30 calories, but you've got to think about the workout, because you've got to think about getting off the bike. And you could do what Lewis did in that bar muscle up workout you said earlier. You could send 30 calories in 45 seconds, 50 seconds, do a set of dubs and get 40 dumbbell snatching, but you're probably not going to get 30 calories on the Echo Bike the next round. So I went 135 round one on the Echo Bike, 140, 145-ish round 2, 3, and 4. So I could get off the bike, get the dubs done, and it gave me 45 seconds or so for dumbbell snatch. And that's what I stuck to. But it took me to the dark place because that Echo Bike was horrendous. It just set the work up out
Oh,
nicely.
yeah.
And
Takes
that
you to a
1 minute
dark place.
rest, was like,
It
it
always goes
sounds
by
great.
so fast.
Oh, it's just by the time you've got a last dumbbell snatch out and you're going to the full end of the minute, you write your score on the board, 30 seconds. And then you sat back on the bike just like, and 30 calories when you're tired, it doesn't sound like much, but those calories take a while. Just trying to hold
Yeah.
that cadence, 68, 69. Yeah, anyway, that's mine. So give it a try at home. Lewis, you're next, buddy. Where did you go dark?
So yeah, I've definitely had a few of them over the years, but like thinking of ones where I can come up with specifics. What I always seem to get on maybe a Friday or a Monday for my AM piece is like they're like VO2 max intervals, and they've just got this like twisted mental. I love it, but I also hate it. So the majority of the concept is a 3 on, 3 off. So 3 minutes on, 3 minutes off for 8
Yeah.
sets.
So you can really push it, can't you? But God,
Well,
that's tough.
that's kind of like the devil in it. Is like
Yeah.
3 minutes, 8 sets is rough as anything, but 3 minutes rest is a full recovery.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
every time, like after a minute, I'm like, I'm dying. I can't do that again. And
Yeah.
I'm like, I'm done. I'm doing 6 sets. Helen can have 6 sets. I'm not doing 8. And I get to the 3 minute and I'm like fully recovered. And I'm like, oh my God, I'm going to have to put myself back there. And it's like you're coming out the dark and going back in. Like if you've got a 12-minute AMRAP or a 5-minute AMRAP and you get dark and you sit there and you just try and work your way through it,
Yeah.
you know, they're dark, but I don't think they're particularly awful because they're over quickly. But it's this one of like coming back to reality and telling yourself you got to go right back there again. So I've got one here, so it differs every single week, but I always get 2 different ones. So piece A, alternate between them, is 500-meter run, AMRAP burpee box overs in remaining time
Nice.
in 3 minutes.
Nice.
3 minute off, and the next one's 600-meter ski, AMRAP double unders in remaining time. So she usually sets me up where I've got maybe a minute-ish or just under a minute, like somewhere about the 45-second mark left of the AMRAP things. And it's just like attack as hard as you can. Last week I had
Brilliant.
one that was 2 on, 2 off, and it was like 28 cal row, AMRAP burpees over the rower. And it's just that on-off concept where I'm dying every time, but every time I
Yeah.
recover, I'm like, oh my God, I
They're
can
great
go again.
workouts,
I
Liz.
have to.
They are great workouts. And that AMRAP style and the 3-minute, interval style and that 3-minute on, 3-minute off. I like to do that on the Echo bike. Yeah, 6 to 8 sets. And it is soul destroying. But you always know you can recover in 3 minutes. But that
Yes.
minute, that first minute is like, no,
Yeah.
I refuse to do it. And then you get to minute 2 and you're
It's
like,
unreal.
okay. And then 2,
Read the game.
we're sat on the bike, left, and then you know what's coming again, right? It's brilliant. It's so cool.
It's
So good.
tormenting, but
Thanks, man. That's
it's
great.
pushed my like threshold fitness through the roof,
Yeah,
and I definitely
brilliant.
like take my hat off to like the value in them.
That's decent.
I do
Okay,
feel like
Britt.
those sessions, like you literally just have to do it. Just think about that one interval that you're doing,
Yeah,
and then like okay, recover, and then just think about the next one, and then you eventually like get to the
yeah.
end.
Eventually, you're at the end.
Sorry, guys, it just froze on me. I'm back.
No problem.
Did I miss Britt saying her workout?
No, no.
No. It was
We're
just saying.
Go on,
being
Britt.
about staying present in the workout.
I'd say a similar style. Like, I did 3 6-minute AMRAPs with 90 seconds rest in between. So the first 6-minute AMRAP was 2 4 6 8. Obviously, keep ascending
Yeah.
within the 6 minutes. So it was double dumbbell with 15 kg hang snatch, and then burpee over the dumbbells. So do that for 6 minutes, then rest 90 seconds. Then the second AMRAP was 3, 6, 9, 12, the same ascending
And another,
ascending scheme. Double dumbbells, devil's press at 17.5 kg with chest to bar. Then rest 90 seconds. Then the next 6-minute AMRAP was double dumbbell at 22.5 kg, dumbbell thrusters, and bar muscle up. But the rep scheme was 4, 8, 12, 16, and then obviously ascending within 6 minutes.
double
It
dumbbell
was
thrusters
horrible.
at 22.5. That is, I like
Yeah.
barbell thrusters. Dumbbell thrusters. Oh goodness me.
Do not recommend.
No, that's challenging. Beast mode. Love it.
It was like, it's just one of those ones where like every rep just feels so hard. And then like the 4 feels fine. And you're like, oh, I've got to do 8 of this. And then you do the 8 and you're like, oh, I actually have to do 12 of this.
Yeah. That ascending rep scheme is tough. And then when you have the 4, 8, 12, that's and devil press as well. I don't like devil press is horrible. My back always blows up on that one. Yes, thrusters, I said earlier I really like them. But why is it so different, man? Barbell thrusters compared to dumbbell thrusters? Why is
Yeah.
it so? Why are dumbbell? Is it just me? Dumbbells are so much harder.
No,
Yeah.
they're definitely so much harder. I think like there's quite a few things to it, because obviously like the independence of like, everyone's got a side where they're maybe slightly stronger in. So naturally on a dumbbell, that weak side's going to start getting unstable or getting unstable a little bit earlier. So you've then got to work
Both my
harder to
sides are weak, mate.
compensate that. Yeah,
I'm like that.
this has been thinking about it. Yeah, I definitely think that's the challenge that therein lies with like dumbbells. Like if your mobility and your strength is not perfectly balanced 50-50 left to right, then
Yeah,
straight away dumbbells are going to feel way more challenging. And if
very
you're
challenging.
quite often, as we do, taking ourselves to an exhaustive state, you're going to see that imbalance shine through very quickly.
Yeah, agreed.
Yeah. I do feel like you have to work harder to like stabilize the movement. Whereas like barbell, like just up and down, fine. But the dumbbell, I just feel like it's just all just your core.
It does. And yeah, I see some people really overhanging it behind them quite a lot. And some people kind of come real tight. Some people are wide. There's quite a few different techniques to do it.
I always
I
try overhang.
do
If I
you?
can get off the runway, I can.
Yeah. If the
I do
judge
the
lets me
wibbly
get that
wobbly
dumbbell
technique.
back, I'm
Yeah.
doing it.
I literally just wibbly wobbly everywhere. Crazy. But yeah, that's tough workout. Well, look, they're great workouts to try at home, guys. Please give them a try. Let us know in the comments what you think. I've got some fun questions, guys, to ask you. Just some quick fire fun questions. So, can you think of, and if you had a choice, so when you walk out to the first workout, if you could choose your own music, I've asked most athletes this same question. I've had some really good answers. So you can choose your Muse Out walkout theme tune. What would you choose, Lewis?
Oh, I was hating that you were going to come at me first.
Well, if Britt's got an answer, I don't mind. But if Britt's ready, she can go.
I feel like I go for like AC/DC vibes. I feel like any of
Nice.
their songs could be like a really good intro song.
Yeah,
That'd be a
they're
good
definitely good.
song.
I definitely like me and like the guys, like sometimes just like when we're having a bit of a laugh in the training, like we'll just like do like pretend walk-ins with WWE songs on and stuff like that. So if I'm being honest, I would probably like go straight in with like the Kane one, or if I was feeling dead cocky, the Kurt Angle one, where everyone's
Yeah,
like, "You suck."
that's
But
brilliant.
yeah, definitely just something that would just be like quite edgy like that. Yeah.
Lewis, what I'm going to do, right, I'm going to message Hornsey. I'm going to get a WWE track. And I'm going to, when I see you on the Saturday before your first event, I'm going to give you a Chase Payne belt to go over your shoulder like a WWE legend.
You don't even need to. I've got a WWE belt
Have you
right
got-
here, so I will. If you make that
Bring
happen,
your own.
I'll bring it. All right,
I shouldn't have
literally,
doubted
I'll
you.
bring it.
That's brilliant. Imagine getting that on video. That'd be so cool. Love it.
Yeah.
That's really cool. Okay, so what do you prefer? Row or echo bike? Britt?
Echo bike.
Wow. Please explain yourself.
Do you know what? I'm tall, so everyone expects me to be really good on a rower, but I don't know. I think like, so recently I've had to work a lot on my rowing technique because I realized it's not very optimal. So I've been doing a lot of work on the rower to kind of refine my technique. So I do think it's got better, but I would say echo because I think also because I'm a heavier athlete, I can put more power into it.
Oh, I can't believe you said that. I'm not going to lie to you. You've chosen echo bike over row. Right, anyone that's listening to this right now, if you choose echo bike, can you please write in the comments, or if you choose rower, because I want to see how many people choose the echo bike. And I'm guessing 0. Lewis, what you
Just
choosing?
me.
Yeah.
Lewis is going row, right?
On it, if you asked me about 12 weeks ago, I would have said row, but Helen's killed me on the echo bike,
see?
and I'm there. I'm sold on it. You
Mate.
just cross the bridge of Terabithia, and you're on echo bike. That's
The
it.
more you
mean-
do it, the more you get to love it, I feel like.
Yeah, honestly.
Yeah, you're definitely right there. I brought one 4 years ago for the pain cave in my garden. I use it a lot, but I got a rower as well. But I would always choose the rower over the echo bike. So 50 calories
Row
a time,
December, I would have been
row or
rower.
echo bike,
So,
row every day of the week. 100 calories a time, row. Intervals, row. But
I do feel like if you spend a lot of time on the echo, you're like, I don't want to go through all this pain and suffering for nothing. So the echo bike better come up because this is what I've been training for.
It's coming
I'll
up.
be boiling if it's a rower.
It's the echo bike. The echo bike will be there. The FA bike will be there. It was
Yeah, I
such a
definitely
hit
think
last
so.
year. Such a hit on
Yeah.
the workouts
And
last year.
it's such like a winning finish if you've got a chipper
Yeah.
or something, like 20, 30
Yeah,
cal sprint. It's a crowd pleaser. So
it really
yeah, I'm
is.
hoping for it.
It's a great entertainment. Okay. Do you prefer rope climbs or handstand walks, Lewis?
Oh, I love them both. Handstand walk.
Brett?
I'd probably say rope climb.
Um, cold water therapy, yes or no? Brett?
No, I've never really got into it.
No. Lewis?
Like, yeah, it's all right. I can think of better things.
Okay, cool. Which is harder, full send on the 2K row or 500-meter row?
2K.
2K, yeah.
Yeah.
That's one
Lewis,
of the worst workouts I've ever done in my life.
agreed. What's your PB on that, big man?
Call me big man. I don't like that. 7:19.
Sorry?
Just shamed my row time to the world there. So I know
Did
my
you say
mate Callum's going to
7:19 or
absolutely bomb me for
6:19?
that. 7:19. I wish it said 6:19. Could have told you 4 minutes and you might have believed me.
Okay, and Britt, 2K row time?
I haven't tested it for a while, but the last time I did it was like 750 something.
Nice. Cool. Yeah, 2K is disgusting. Probably the worst workout I've
Yeah.
ever done in my life. Okay, so pre-workout drink, yes or no? If it's a yes, what do you take? Lewis?
Not like pre-workout, the powder. Like I wouldn't have any of that. I have like carbs and a hydrate.
Okay,
That's my pre and like during.
cool. Britt?
I love a rain energy drink.
So
Although I can't have it every day because I feel like it loses its effect. So I save
Yeah,
it for like special occasions or when I like really need it.
yeah, I
fair
feel like
one.
I'm toning down for the Arnold.
Yeah, be one down before the first workout. The Arnold was at 8 a.m. in the morning. The Open 26.2 workout, did you love it or hate it, Lewis?
Loved it. That was right up my bag. It's exactly what I've been doing in recent training. So yeah, that was
Nice.
like the gods had sent me the best workout ever.
Happy days. Britt?
Yeah, I loved it as well. I feel like it was kind of like this is where CrossFit has really shined compared to the first workout.
Brett
High
High
rocks
Rocks is
workout.
insane.
I really did not like the workout because it was horrendous for me. But anyway, we'll move on. Um, I have got a couple of listeners' questions as we get towards the end of this podcast, guys. So, question, Britt, for you. What's your biggest motivation going to the Arnolds?
think I think proving like especially with being an elite comp, I think like proving to myself that I can be there and kind of like hold my
Yeah,
ground. I think
brilliant.
because like I don't know. I think especially like on Instagram or like social media, you see a lot of competitors, and everyone can look good on Instagram, and it's kind of like proving to yourself that you deserve to be up there, and like you
Yeah,
are kind of like the training that you've put in is paying off. I think for me, like especially who wants to be an elite athlete, like the only time you're gonna get there is actually just by doing it.
yeah.
Like
No
you kind of
shortcuts.
just have to chuck yourself into the deep end and see. But I think like especially going into it with like girls like Helen and Syria, it's kind of like having that confidence, knowing that I mean, you can keep up with them for a certain amount of time, but like it's kind of like riding like alongside them and like knowing that like you deserve to be there.
Yeah, yeah. You're good enough. You're there. You're there. You're going to go there. You're going to give it your all, and you can mix it with the top girls, as it were, right? The top
Yeah,
women. You
yeah.
can mix it, and you can, part of that establishment. So good luck and fair play to you. And I'm looking forward to seeing
Thank
you
you.
out there on the dance floor, giving it some. Uh,
Yeah, thank you.
Lewis, different question for you, buddy. From your point of view, what's your expectation? So when you walk away from the Arnold, which you've walked away, everyone's doing the fifth event. So we all do the fifth event no matter what. And you're walking out of there with a load of food in your hand. You've had a great time. Like, what for you would like mean success?
I mean, like in my heart, just knowing that, like, I think what I've done in my workouts my main goal is like I set out a task, like I do my splits like this, I remain disciplined to my plan. So like in my own heart, like I would say, like as long as I'm disciplined, this is what I'm going to do, and I'm going to go out and do it. But I'd be lying if I said that this time round I'm in a much better place. Like I definitely, like I'm looking to take a little bit of silverware home. Like I'm very hungry to like take it,
Come
and
on, Lewis, let's
I'm
go.
Yeah, let's go.
so yeah, I'd be lying if I said I wasn't like keen to see myself step on one of those podium slots, to be honest.
Love
So
it.
I'll be looking to make sure that tries to happen.
Yeah, good man, good man. That's exciting, and I've had a few conversations with athletes who have like said that kind of like same thing where I want to get on the podium. That'd be great. Take home some silverware, celebrated all of that with that kind of let's go. I'm really excited about that, and I like hearing people being confident going there that this is really what I want to achieve. And if that isn't achieved, right, you've given your best anyway, and that's also that what I call self-worth. Your self-worth is not made up on a podium. It's not made
Yeah.
up on a medal. Your self-worth is made
Yes.
up over the weeks of turning up at stupid o'clock in the mornings, doing your double sessions or whatever workouts you do. That's where self-worth is made.
Yeah.
And people need to understand that if they're listening. Don't judge yourself or be so harsh just on your results. But actually, have you turned up to your sessions week in, week out, day in, day out? Have
I think
you
that's a big
pushed?
that's definitely like a big win on people going to a comp for the first time.
Yeah,
They're going to feel that horrible imposter syndrome. They're going to wonder if how they're going to get on. The adrenaline's going to overwhelm them. But you're going, whether you got there on first wave or third wave, you're there, and you should be
Yeah.
proud of that. And you deserve to be there as much as the top performance. That really doesn't matter. Everything after that's just ego. You've made
yeah,
it. You're already there.
yeah,
So
for
that
sure.
was definitely something I would always say to like a first timer.
Yeah, agreed. No, it's a great message. Guys, this has been a fantastic conversation. Really good fun. I appreciate your honesty. And with all the athletes that have been on, always been honest. And, I think I'm hoping listeners will feel the excitement coming from us because I'm really excited about getting to the Arnolds, not just competing, but actually watching you guys on the Saturday and then speaking to you after your workouts, if you feel fresh enough, of course, and I'm making some content with you guys. I'm looking forward to the weekend. But thank you so much for being on the Chase Payne podcast today. Listeners, thank you for tuning in. We will be back next week. We've got a very, very big guest on the show next week. We've got Sam Briggs coming on the show, CrossFit legend, and we've got Kelly Friel as well. They're good friends. So we're going to talk about their friendship and about how that evolved through CrossFit. So very excited about that. Britt, Lewis, thank you so, so much. And I can't
Thanks
wait.
for having us.
Yeah,
I can't
thank
wait
you.
to see you
Thank
perform.
you.
I can't wait to see you on the big stage. So thank you guys. And until our next episode, guys, keep chasing pain and we'll see you soon.